This is Robert Gleeman with EMR Update talking with Jeff Mongelli. Jeff is with Acentec in Irvine, California. And Jeff, you broke the story about Acermed, didn't you?
Well, the story was broken to me by their employees. So on EMR Update, yes, I did.
Okay, and what was your relationship with Acermed?
I was their VP of sales for almost 4 years, and I left in about June of 2005. I resigned to pursue other opportunities, and felt that we had negotiated for me to have part of the company, and I just felt that my opportunities would be better elsewhere.
Okay. And you were selling Medinformatix for them?
Yes, I was.
And did you also sell their own product?
I never did.
Okay, so you're a Medinformatix guy, and from what I understand, they have done nothing wrong. They may have been associated with a company that did something wrong, but they themselves didn't.
I have to hand it to Medinformatix, Robert, because I don't think there are too many people who would take the public slaps that they took and continue to turn the other cheek. Mm-hmm. So, no, in my time working directly with them, I've found them to be extremely ethical and genuinely interested in doing the right thing for their clients and for their partners.
Well, this is what I understand. Their clients seem to be quite happy with the product, and they have more than one bar, such as yourself, that sells Medinformatix. So it seems like a very stable thing for a customer to go to, because there are so many people that support the product. And you feel, don't you, that is a very solid company?
Well, I've been selling Medinformatix for 6 years, and I have dozens of very happy clients. I've looked at other companies, at joining other companies. I've looked at the software, and I ultimately returned to Medinformatix because of my belief in the product and the track record of success.
Now, I know that it is an EMR. Is it also a billing system, too?
It is, and actually their origins are in billing. There are some large billing companies across the country that have been using Medinformatix for a number of years, and it's all a single product in a single database. And the EMR was engineered into a rewrite of the practice management going back about 10 years. Both the AC group gave Acermed their ranking, and CCHIT gave them the certification. And I think what's most pertinent is they didn't have any successful users of their software. And it's that when we talk on the forum about the breakdowns in those processes, this is where it becomes most clearly evident. So I think it's important as a group of people who are trying to create change and success in EMR, that these institutions that are playing a role do what they can to ensure that the processes that they're using are a little bit more bulletproof than what I think this particular case exposes.
Now, at the time Acermed did close their door, were they still maintaining Medinformatix clients?
Yes, they were. They were.
Now, these people can come to you, can't they, for backup and service?
Many of the Medinformatix clients have, and there are more who I'm sure will. I was told on Friday that they, as it was said, that they closed their back door this time. I think that anybody who's using the Acermed product should be aware that Medinformatix has developed a fairly seamless migration of those users onto their software. Conceptually, it's extremely similar, almost one would say eerily similar in how it works. There's a good migration. It's a seamless migration. Medinformatix has the financial horsepower to make the migration very palatable for physicians. And I think that if there are Acermed users out there that feel the need to make a change, then there is a very viable option for them that they can contact me to explore. They can contact Medinformatix directly, whatever they prefer. So conceptually, it's a very easy transition for physicians to make. On the database architecture, from what I've been told, it's virtually identical.
Now, I know that you can't look into the mind and the heart and the soul of someone, but do you think that this was planned in the first place, that there was a limited life cycle to this whole plot? And
you know what, Robert, I'm glad you asked that question, because I do think it's important to note that I know these guys at Acermed. Their intention was to build a good product and to build up a very successful client base and to sell the company. As I've mentioned before, and as other EMR vendors have realized, the rescue business is not a pleasant business. It's not a very profitable business. Essentially, what we're doing is we're bankrolling their transitions. So although we can't do it for free, we being us in Medinformatix, we can't do it for free. We can help them make the transition a lot more palatable by financing the transition for them.
Great.
And yes, it's all done at drastically reduced prices and pretty much being done at cost. Fortunately, Medinformatix is in a position where they can help them, and where the technical migration is very feasible thanks to a common architecture. And ultimately, they'll end up in a system that a lot of people really enjoy using.
Excellent.
I want to thank you, Robert. I want to thank everybody that makes EMR Update a viable sounding board to hopefully help clear the air for some of the physicians out there who really don't have a clue how to get started looking for an EMR. I think that, in general, EMR Update provides a lot of valuable information to the uninitiated, and I see that vehicle being extremely valuable to our industry. And so all of the people who volunteer their time to make those contributions, I for one, definitely appreciate it. And I know a lot of physicians out there are far better off because of them than they would be had EMR Update not been in existence.
Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. And we thank you for bringing this all to our attention, educating us a little bit on what's going on. You are in the same city as Acermed, Irvine, California?
Yeah, and we've been very lucky that because of that proximity, we've been able to take on some of the employees that were let go, and that's another point I'd like to make for the other vendors that participate on this forum. The Acermed's true asset were their employees, and if you have the opportunity to hire one of the employees from Acermed, chances are you're going to be getting somebody who's extremely dedicated to their work and who knows this industry and is going to do a very good job. I consider them to be a tremendous asset.
Well, they certainly had a meteoric success, and you have to give them credit. They did a lot of things right.
They sure did. They sure did.
Maybe there's no way to ever foresee this happening, but it's good to know at least there is a fallback and that you can help people out.
Yeah, I think it is. That is one of the challenges of our industry, Robert, is trying to figure out how clients, physicians who are wholly committed to a product can have some type of a safety net, if not once they're past the decision stage, at least during the decision stage, to provide them with as much valuable information as possible.